Critical Role stars join Brandon Sanderson for a Cosmere actual play, and Dark Sun seems to be officially returning for Dungeons & Dragons.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking I'm back!
Before we dive into some Critical Role, Cosmere, and Dark Sun news on this shorter holiday edition of Tabletop News Tuesday, happy Veterans Day to any veterans out there watching, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons? We appreciate the support immensely, and even just clicking that like button really does help these videos out. And now, let's dive into some news. Some huge actual play names, including Critical Role alums, will be joining legendary fantasy author Brandon Sanderson on his channel for a Cosmere RPG based actual play to celebrate the fact that the record-breaking TTRPG, which raised over $15 million on Kickstarter, will be widely available on store shelves starting tomorrow, November 12th. This actual play, called Echoes of the Father, features Jasper Cartwright, who you may know as the GM from Thresher on Critical Role, or his performance on Burroughs Inn for Dimension 20, or of course from Three Black Halflings, as the Dungeon Master of this adventure, which centers around the character played by Abu Bakar Salim, aka Critical Role's Archheart himself, who plays the heir to one of the High Princes from Sanderson's Stormlight Archive novels. The rest of the cast, which features Mark/Mara Holmes, the incredible DM of the High Rollers actual play series and Critical Role guest star, alongside Jacqueline Emerson of the Hunger Games fame, and Jane Douglas from the delightful Oxen Venture actual play series, as an adventuring party hired to keep the heir safe as he tries to retrieve a Shard Blade, one of the legendary artifact weapons of the Stormlight Archive setting of Roshar. Brandon Sanderson will not be at the table himself, but he is putting the actual play up on his own YouTube channel, which is where you will be able to watch it this Friday, which is not a huge surprise after seeing how deeply involved with the Cosmere RPG the fantasy author remains even after the Kickstarter's finish. Much like the Thresher series on Critical Role, this production will use a lot of visual sets and backdrops along with cutaways for dramatic scenes to try and give things a more cinematic feel. Although based on what we've seen so far, it does appear they've learned from some of the hiccups and rough edges that we got in Thresher, which was created for Critical Role but by 12-Sided Studios, of which Jasper Cartwright is the CEO, and who is producing Echoes of the Father. So if you want to see more Cosmere RPG actual play goodness with some huge names from Critical Role and the entire actual play scene in general, make sure you check out Echoes of the Father when it streams this Friday on Brandon Sanderson's official YouTube channel.
Ooh, yeah. Come on, baby.
And finally, we have been speculating about this for a solid year after Dark Sun references popped up in the 2024 D&D core rulebooks, but now paperwork from the United States Patent and Trademark Office has revealed a new trademark claim from Wizards of the Coast for the term Dark Sun in the United States, joining several other settings Wizards of the Coast currently holds trademarks for, including Spelljammer and Forgotten Realms. This new trademark seems to confirm that all those rumors and hints about a 2024 rules edition of Dark Sun seem to be true, as D&D appears to be making sure they have the trademark all lined up before they bring the setting back to market. At one point just a few years ago, top executives at Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons & Dragons said that the Dark Sun setting, which did prominently feature slavery and magical eugenics, for lack of a better term, was too problematic to bring back. But many fans have been begging for its return, just asking D&D to just cut those parts out, and instead bring them back to the harsh desert world nearly devoid of metal and completely devoid of gods, where insanely powerful psionic practitioners transform themselves into dragon kings and twisted parodies of demigods and rule over city-states in this waterless wasteland, and just cut out the slavery and the moles and all that kind of stuff. It seems like that may officially be happening now, as the Dark Sun setting should shortly be once again trademarked by Wizards of the Coast, and when they do finally get around to creating this new version of Athos, we will be first in line to roll up some deranged cannibal halflings and bone weapon wielding Thri-Kreen in this much missed campaign setting. And that's all we have this week for Tabletop News Tuesday. Let us know what your favorite story was down in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.